Goeiedag en welkom bij Privé TV. Jesus Christ Superstar komt in december nog eenmaal terug naar Nederland. Ted Neeley speelde 42 jaar geleden de hoofdrol in de gelijknamige film. En hij kruipt ook nu weer in de huid van Jezus. Speciaal voor Telegraaf is hij overgekomen naar Nederland. Forever 33, Ted Neeley. Mr. Neeley, welcome. It's a great honor to have you on our show.
My pleasure to be here.
Being an actor myself, I keep wondering, you've been playing Jesus Christ for more than 5,000 times. How do you keep it fresh every single time?
It keeps me fresh. I have nothing whatsoever to do with it. It's the music, the way Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote the music together, and then put that story into a screenplay looking at Jesus on the last 7 days of his life as he walked as a man among the people of the earth. And that was their concept. So we're doing our best to do what pleases Andrew and Tim.
Still, you've done it more than 5,000 times. Did you ever blank out? Just forgot your lines or whatever? Never?
Never once. What the message is so strong in this piece, in the lyrics, in the melodies. The melodies will carry you into absolute absolution. When you're singing these songs, it just happens. And so we just follow what works.
So you're just living that moment then?
Absolutely, moment to moment, yes.
I've been told it's very important to you to meet and talk to the audience after
Yes.
each show.
Yes.
Why is that?
I love feeling what they have learned and or felt over the years watching this film, and they bring that energy with them into the theater, and we feel it on stage. As soon as that music starts, that energy hits us right in the chest, and then we try to give it back. So we have a circle of spiritual appreciation that happens throughout the piece, and I want to thank each person for that.
And about that circle, for some people it's really like an epiphany to see the show and see you, and how are the reactions?
It's the same way for me. Imagine, if you will, you're an actor, you know that experience.
Yeah.
If there's a house full of people who are thinking wonderful thoughts about you, I want to thank them for giving that to me. It works, always works.
In the late 60s, you were a drummer, I believe.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you were tricked into auditioning for a Broadway play?
Literally tricked, yes.
Yeah, can you tell us about it?
Well, I had no training whatsoever. I'd played drums and sang with the band all my life. And we were in Los Angeles, and lots of people were coming to see the strange band from Texas, and we made friends with a lot of actors and singers and dancers and directors and so on. And got into a conversation one night about auditioning, and whether we had trouble auditioning to keep jobs or it was easy.
Of course,
the
yeah.
actor says to me, well, I have an audition tomorrow for a Broadway show. Please come see what I have to go through to get a job. So I went to watch.
To watch?
Just to watch.
Yeah.
I'd never seen anything like this. I wanted to see what they do. And when we got there were hundreds and hundreds of people in the lot waiting to go in. It's what in America we call an open call. Anyone can come. And he just said, I'm sorry, there's so many people here. The only way you will get inside is to do the same thing that we do. Come with me, follow us. They'll give you a number beside your name, and your number will be called, and we can go in. So we got into the theater. They called his number. He did his audition, and we start to leave.
Yeah, because you were just there to watch,
I was
right?
told.
Yeah.
They called my number. He had 3 friends that came with him, and they physically picked me up and put me on the stage.
And that was for Hair, the
Hair.
Broadway production.
And they didn't hire the actors, they hired me, because
Yeah.
I could scream high notes.
I love that story.
And that began my career in theater.
And how did you get the part of Jesus Christ?
Same way, I held a gun to a guy's face.
Forced him, yeah.
No, I was actually I'd been in the Broadway show, and then I was asked to come to Los Angeles to do the world premiere of the Who's Tommy, and I played the Tommy character in that. And Mr. Jewison was in Los Angeles auditioning for the movie.
Yeah.
And I arranged a meeting. Accidentally, I had no agent, no manager. I just called the Directors Guild and said, can I touch base with him? You know, when you do a show, you do rehearsals, and then you do previews before you do.
Yeah.
Well, we were in the week of previews, work all day, work at night. I couldn't get out to go. He came to see the show.
Oh, really?
As an audition. And he came to the show the only performance I missed in the entire run.
Oh, really?
He saw my understudy go on. I'd been knocked out cold the night before because Tommy is very physical, and I couldn't go back on. So again, I approached and said, I'm sorry, blah, 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 let's have lunch. We did. And out of that conversation came the opportunity for a screen test, and the screen test Gave
The rest
Carl and
is,
I the role.
History, yeah. Back in the days, a Broadway show about Jesus Christ was quite controversial.
Yes.
There were protesters even.
Constant.
What was their concern?
Every single night, there were people outside the theater at 51st and Broadway trying to stop us from going into the theater for being such blasphemous human beings.
Oh, really?
And I would say, what is it? Have you seen our show? No. What is it you don't like? And they always would say, we hate the title, Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, anything else? Well, we hear Jesus is singing, and he's singing with a rock and roll band. That can't be. So I would say, please, come in as my guest, watch the show. Wait for me in the lobby, and we'll talk about what you don't like. Maybe we can address that. Those who were kind enough to come in waited for me in the lobby. As soon as I opened the door, we love your show, and they came back and brought their families and their friends. So the protesters became the promoters.
So you won their hearts.
The show did.
Yeah.
The show always wins.
But at first, you came from a very small religious community in Texas.
Yes.
Did it ever interfere with your own faith?
No, not any way whatsoever. Because I looked at it as a piece of beautiful music, beautiful story told with beautiful music. I never got involved with the religious aspects or non-religious aspects. It's not about saying that Jesus was not divine. It's looking at him in the last 7 days of his life as a man before he became divine. People saw him as a human being, a very peaceful, outspoken human being. And that's what makes people relate to it, because they see real people experiencing a man self-doubt, wondering if he's doing what he's supposed to do, talking to his father and saying, why must I die? I haven't done my job. And people can relate to it.
You're not only famous for your role in Jesus Christ Superstar, but only for the high notes you reach. We have a little clip.
Oh. The Smothers Brothers show.
Really, I love this song. In Europe, we had Sandy Shaw. She had a hit with the same song.
Oh, yeah.
But what I wanted to ask you is, were those high notes always sort of your trademark?
It's just something I could do, and people enjoyed them, so I would slip them in when I could to hopefully make them enjoy things more.
I've heard that you've met your wife on set.
That's
Is that
exactly
true?
right. Yes.
Are you still together?
Yes, we are.
Are you still working together as well? or-
Yes. Yes, and we have a
amazing.
family now as well. So this film not only gave me a lifetime experience, but it gave me a life. It gave me a wife and a family. And
And an
can't
entire
be-
career, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been doing this my entire adulthood. And well, there's my family.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Are they here as well in Amsterdam?
They will
or-
be here at Christmas time. That's
Oh,
Tessa
wow.
on the left
Yeah.
there, and that's Leanne, my wife. And
Yeah.
I don't know who that is in the middle,
I don't know
but
either,
that's
no.
our son, Zachariah. Yeah.
Do you have any sightseeing plans for them?
Oh, of course. Anytime we have any downtime, we will all be sightseeing anything we can.
Well, thank you very much for this conversation.
Oh, it's my
I
pleasure.
wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And I
We'll
want to see you work.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You will. Thank you. We'll see you on stage.
Okay.
Thank you. Dit was Privé TV. Meer nieuwtjes en video's op privé.nl. Tot snel.